Hey guys, your man Monty Styles, okay, Styles, Baby Look K, Monty Merlot, Styles, Malback, Quarantine Tank, Summertime Styles, Styles are out like Bilal, Fallback, you know that one time is a one time, Pretty Good Styles, most out, Sock Daddy, Audio Side, knock up the motherfucking files.
I felt it in my guts.
And man, guys, this has been, I've been waiting on this one. I mean, we had a pre-interview, a mini interview once upon a time, December last year. So where I met this beautiful soul. And she has been so gracious enough to give me the honor to actually talk to her. Not physically in person yet. We're gonna get there, but right now it's gonna be Zoom. Cause we all love Zoom. Post pandemic, gift and a curse, but however, she is here, and matter of fact, I have a whole little thing for you. Let me make sure I'm up and running. I want to introduce you properly. So, guys, as y'all know, porn is life. Adult industry is life. That it's just what it is. It's part of what we do here at the People Talking Podcast. Monty Styles here. Catch us Patreon. You know what it is. But guys, listen. Avery freaking Jane, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. Suck that dick like rent is due. Avery, the fuck machine, Jane. And there's a bomb there, so you'll hear the bomb.
Okay, cool.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Do you have any other AKAs outside of the fuck machine that we learned about last time?
Oh wow. There's a few. I kind of just give myself stupid nicknames sometimes as a joke, and sometimes they stick. But right now the fuck machine is in. It's in right now. So
The fuck machine ain't going nowhere. I'll tell you that. That's a fact. So I
yeah.
hear that. Well, welcome, man. I'm honored. I'm honored to be in your presence again. I know people tell you all things all the time, just probably tell you things. But you are beautiful, and I want you to know that. Yeah, that's the first thing. You're beautiful inside and out. You're funny as shit. I've seen, your stuff on TikTok and all those things. Like you have all the personality of a person that is just alluring. So I appreciate your presence and your beauty and your vibes. And I know when I first met you last year, Exotica and DC, not really DC, it's like DMV ish. It was not DC.
Yeah.
And I think
Not
we all came to that
technically.
conclusion. Not quite DC. But when I met you last year, and very first time meeting you in person, it was just a great reaction, bubbly personality. I'm like, man, I want to talk to that person. You were so inviting, which is not, I can't say that for everybody. So that you have that on your side. So I appreciate that. And I'm gonna let you talk. I promise. I'm gonna talk to the person. But
No, thank you.
um,
I enjoy hearing everything you say.
and another AKA that we can't miss, AKA the fuck machine, of course, but AKA female performer of the motherfucking year.
I felt it in my guts.
Listen, oh my god, how did that feel?
Pretty amazing.
Yeah,
Pretty surreal, pretty amazing. I'm still processing that, still taking that in.
yeah,
I'm waiting on my trophy, so I think once I get my trophy and like have a physical trophy in my home, I'll be able to be like, wow.
I did that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I did
nice. Were you
that.
crying or were you yelling? What happened? What was the vibe?
Oh God, okay. I'm so boring. I'm so boring. So the vibe was, um, we had a hurricane here in California that weekend. And so the night of the awards show, it was like the hurricane. And while it
Mm.
wasn't a serious storm, I was like, okay, so it's like raining and storming and it's like hurricane weather. And we had an earthquake during the storm, and they were like tornado warnings and flash flood warnings. And I was seeing people like posting about how they were like getting in car accidents on their way to the award
Oh
show and cars
no.
flipping over. And yeah, it was just like madness. And so I was like, I'm from the South. Like, my way to survive a hurricane is to just not go out in the hurricane. So I stayed my ass home and did my own little like solo hurricane party and just like got a bunch of snacks and like watched movies, and I fell asleep. And I fell asleep super early, and I like woke up at midnight to a shit ton of text messages, and people were sending me like videos from the award show and just like all these messages. I was just like, no fucking way. Like it was a nice little way to wake up from a
That's
nap.
beautiful. So so safe to say the performer Avery Jane and Avery Jane the person are two different people.
Yes and no. I'd say yes and no. Aren't we
You just
all
said you just said
different?
you're a little boring sometimes. So I was curious, like, what does that mean for you?
I like to sleep. I'm a sleeper if I have to be completely honest. I just like to sleep. I mean, maybe you get that because you're a Pisces too. Apparently, we're just sleep.
I was gonna say, my girlfriend's also a Pisces, so and I understand the sleeping thing. Like, I get it. I
Yeah.
do get it.
So I'm like, I'll never pass up an opportunity for a good nap. If I get to sleep, I'm happy. I end up missing out on
Uh
a
huh.
lot of things because I just fell asleep. So it is what it is. I had to get used to I no FOMO. I don't get FOMO. I don't get fear of missing out because odds are I'm probably gonna be sleeping.
Do you dream every night?
Um, I mean, not that I remember. I don't remember most of my dreams. Not these days.
Okay, I gotta ask a Pisces, fellow Pisces, because I mean, I dream every night. I'm imaginative, I'm creative. Like, fishies, man. We flow with the water. We gonna flow with the interview too. But welcome, thank you so much for giving me your time. And dressing up and looking nice for me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Pisces gang. We do share an exact birth. I'm not just saying Pisces, guys. I'm like, I know Pisces is end of February, March, and all that kind of stuff, but we have the exact same birthday, which is mind blown.
All right,
you
I'm
know,
gonna ask you
like it
your
only made
chart.
sense. It only made sense when I met you that like we vibe so well. I'm like, yo, what's happening? Like, yo, you. I'm like, man, I saw you again the next day, and you were just lovable as always. So, how did you celebrate your birthday?
This year, I
Yeah,
think I like went to dinner with my mom, and then I hopped on a flight and went to Europe for a month. I ended up
for a
going to
whole month.
Europe like the day after my birthday. I flew out there and stayed out there for like a month and just worked and adventured around.
Yeah, I saw you just said you was in Portugal, you was out here in Jamaica, you was in Prague, you was all over the place
Been
this year.
bopping around this year. Yeah, this year was the year of the travel. I definitely took a lot of time off from work. I took quite a few months off, like from both
Hmm.
like just shooting for my own sites and for from shooting for studios. I just took a lot of time off and blew through what little savings I had and just took some mental health time and traveled and took some cute fun trips and just like had a blast this summer.
You did mention that, and as as a as a Pisces, we are empaths, by nature. But so I saw you, you put your little mental health thing up there, and it's like, hey, I'm chilling right now. I'm on slow mo right now. I'm keeping it low key, and I was nervous. I was like, man, we not gonna see her again. It's over.
I
the
don't
fuck
care for a
machine,
second.
the fuck machine is fucked enough. It's done. I was like, damn. But also, I was like, yeah, take care of yourself. So I'm happy you're back.
Thank you, thank you.
But
I just
how was
appreciate it.
getting away? Did you get some clarity that you needed?
I did. I actually did. I've been putting in a lot of work just, for my own health,
Mm-hmm.
physically, mentally, just like figuring out my own stuff. Took a lot of time to just kind of center myself and, figure out what I'm doing, where I'm going, why just all the stresses of life. I had to kind of figure that out, and I think I just kind of reached a burnout because I'd been going nonstop for like almost 4 years. It's just been like nonstop, and I was like, I should probably take some time and just kind of like enjoy this life that I'm building for myself, and like not, burnout happens. I think we all go through burnout. Especially with this line of work, like the burnout is just so easy to get to, so quick, so fast. Um, and so yeah, I just had to like pump the brakes a bit and kind of work through a really like long building burnout.
Understood. And guys, I know I got true fans on the People Talking podcast. Y'all know me. I be yeah, all that. But we on Zoom, and I gotta let her clearly speak her words before they get chopped up. So I'm gonna be a little quiet here and there. Um, but yeah, I've been talking about burnout the last 2 months. I'm over my job. That's one thing. Shoot, are y'all hiring? Cause it's about time. How's OnlyFans treating you?
It's good. It has its ebbs and flows. It's still active. There's still a lot of users on it. There's still always, the constant paranoia of like, when am I gonna get the boot and when are they gonna kick me off? And
Mm.
there's still a lot of content that I make that isn't OnlyFans safe, so I just kind of have to figure out my workarounds with that. But OnlyFans has been cute and it's been fun.
All right, I can't be mad at that. I've seen you. You've been getting the big bag lately. You've been getting these big offers, going to different. Well, I can't pocket watch. I don't know how much I get paid, but I've been seeing the brands. I've been seeing the names and the link ups, and the business is going in the right direction. So I want to tell you guys, when I met Avery Jane, I did find her, online first, of course, one of those nights, and found her, and I was pleasantly surprised. And I was like, man, she's so. I know we talked about it. You gonna laugh again? I'm like, man, she's so sensual, man. She's so caring and charismatic, and like, man, just nice slow blowjobs, and just a slow, gentle riding. Like, oh man, so nice. And then day I meet her, so I'm like, yeah, what's your forte? What do you do? Like, what do you think you're known for? It's like, well, I'm the fuck machine. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So I be fucking, I be gang banging. I'm like, oh damn, what's going on? And then I went back and did my homework. I'm like, oh, okay. I walked down the one quiet street, and the rest of it, it was mayhem all around us. Um, so now that I'm up to date with who you are and what you do, what tell the people again, what do you think you're best known for, and what do you think people gravitate towards?
I mean, I'd have to say the anal.
Mm.
It's it's the thing I love the most. It's the thing I have the most fun shooting. I think people can tell I really, really enjoy it. So I think I'm just most known for like anal content and making some great anal porn.
I think we talked about this before. Are you saving your uh vagina scenes, or are you seldomly selecting those that you shoot?
I mean, I shoot whatever. I'm versatile. I can do it all and I'll do anything, but I'll always try to make sure it's anal if I
Yeah.
can. Always. You
What
know,
is the joy? I see the glow on your face just even speaking about your butt. Like, what is the joy of anal?
I don't know. It's just superior.
Superior is a
Bitch.
that is a hell of a word.
My
Okay,
favorite word to describe it.
superior. That's beautiful. That's great. I've never done anal. I'm not interested.
Never?
To be honest,
No?
it's funny enough. As beautiful as you are, and as as an array of porn stars that I check out, I tend to kind of glide past those scenes.
Oh my God.
I know, but
God.
like I'm really just getting your blowjobs. Like that's.
Fair. That's fair. I
You
do
know, I
love
mean,
blowjobs. I will say I do love blowjobs. It's something I enjoy doing. So,
yeah, it's a
you
great
know,
time. It's a
yeah.
good time for everybody. You know, except the sweat, the slobby. I mean, I want it to be nasty, but the spitty, slobby ass, water that goes under our butts as men is just it's not the most fun thing.
Yeah.
We got to aspirin on the sheets, like it's part of life, I guess. Um, we also talked about your fetishes, which I know you have a lot of them. Just for clarity for the people again, that are actually tuned to the podcast today. What are your? I know we said three. I know you want to do five. What are your top five fetishes? I wonder if they changed from 2022.
Let's see. Top five.
Mm-hmm. I wrote them
Well,
down so I remember, but I want to know if they changed.
let me see. Well, I know top three are anal, feet, spit. Um, I don't know. I mean, I guess cream pies, like I have a cream pie thing. It doesn't really matter if it's like vaginal or anal. I just preferred cream pie, so I guess maybe like that would be four. And then I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe five. I could just say like gangbangs. Like I like groups. I like taking on a bunch of dudes at once. So
That's pretty consistent. That's pretty consistent. You said last year anal was number one always. We know that is superior as you said.
yeah.
Anal, double anal, spit, feet, and anal fisting.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So
so
yeah, I've
three
just
of your
chalked
five
up.
are anal.
Yeah, I've chalked up the fisting and the double anal to just it's all in the anal. Anything with anal is there.
What is it about feet that attracts you?
I don't know. I just really like feet. Well, I mean, I do know. Okay, so here's the fun thing about fetishes. I feel like everyone, like their fetishes stem from some kind of childhood experience, and you can always trace it back why people are into what they're into. So if I had to take the best guess, I just grew up around a lot of feet because I grew up dancing. So,
Mm.
feet was the most important body part we'd use. You're on your feet, you're looking at people's points and their flexes and how your foot looks, and you're stretching on the dance floor where it smells like feet and you're around other people's feet. And so I think I'm just really accustomed to feet. Like I like looking at feet, I like the smell of them. I don't know. I'm just my love of anal has eclipsed my love of feet, so no one knows that I'm like a weird foot guy. But I like feet. I think they're fun.
I also like feet, but it's funny that everything you describe could go the other way. It could go like, man, I've smelled feet, I've seen feet, I've ballet. It could go the other way of like, I freaking hate feet. But I do
Yeah,
understand. For me personally, like sucking some toes, and I like the reaction that it gets, you know. And I think that's what kind of makes me a little into it. It's like, man, that reaction that came out of you, that I hit them nerve endings properly. Like that's I enjoyed that,
yeah.
and it's just pretty aesthetic. So like I just like it's nice to see
Feet are pretty. They're pretty to look at. I think they're pretty.
when they're done.
I also like man feet. Like I think feet are just like pretty body parts. If a man's foot like looks nice, and his toes are nice, and like he has like well kept feet, I'm like okay, like I can fuck with feet. They're cute.
That's going in your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, big toe. I like it. So, what are you smoking on?
I just got a little vape thingy.
Okay.
Yeah, I play around with the vapes nowadays. I feel like an old person. I'm like, I don't know what people smoke these days. There, I remember even like, 10 years ago, I had a vape, but it was like this big, giant, like bulky thing, and I had the juice, and you put the juice in it, and now you can just buy these little tiny ones, and I'm like, okay, like cute.
Understood. Indica, sativa.
No, this is like a tobacco vape, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm assuming
okay.
there's tobacco in it. It's just like a regular. It's not like a weed vape. I have
Ah,
my
okay.
weed vape thing is here.
I about to say don't. I about to say don't tell me you don't smoke weed. I wouldn't believe you.
No, we got the weed set up here.
Yeah, I just had a gummy last night, so I mean that's kind of what I've been on. Just CBD though, you know,
Nice.
keeping
Nice.
it chill. I just like to go to sleep. It's funny.
Yeah.
Go back to sleep. Full circle. Uh so I have a couple questions for you. I want to just kind of get to. I know you said you're from Louisiana. You know, you went to LA, holding things down. Do you miss home?
I miss the food. I
Mm-hmm.
miss, like my best friend. And my family that's still there, but I visit. I don't miss living there. But you know,
Okay.
I, I miss
Regular,
I miss
regular,
the food.
degular stuff.
Yeah.
Well, not so regular, degular. You was also at maybe I'm misreading. I don't know. You was also at hedonism.
Yes, I went to hedonism over the summer.
Now, this is where you need to school me. I have no idea. Like I have an idea, a sense of what it is, but I really don't know the ins and outs. So, if you could break it down to me like I'm a horny fifth grader, let me know what hedonism is.
Okay, so hedonism is an all-inclusive swingers lifestyle resort in Jamaica. So it's like a nudist resort and like a sex resort. And I ended up basically winning a contest. There's a webcam company up in Canada that one of my friends entered. She entered this contest and won a free trip to Jamaica to hedonism, and she was allowed to bring a friend, so she brought me. So we got like a free, all-inclusive paid trip to hedonism, and yeah, it was really, really cool. There's like the dining hall, there is the clothing optional side of the resort. There is the nude only side of the resort where you like have to be naked. They have security. They have like the panty police there and they'll fuss at you and like chase you out if you're not naked on that side.
The penny police.
Yeah, the panty police. I was like, damn. But it's cool. There's just a bunch of fun stuff to do. Pools, parties every night. There's different like parties and events and like different places to walk around, and it's on the beach. And it was really, really fun. It was super fun.
I love the no specifics. Is this kind of like, is it Vegas? Like, what happens there stays there, or
Um, I guess so, kind of. I mean, like, it was weird. The way I described it was like we were there for like almost a week, and it was almost like being like plucked out of the real world and like put in this tiny little like microcosm city where I was like, we're in our own little city and I feel disconnected from like the rest of the world. And so you're kind of just like going with the flow of all the chaos happening there. That I think by the end of it, you're kind of just like, like what the fuck just happened? Kind of like, it's just like so many, you go on so many little side quests and adventures and like just fun things happen and you meet fun people. But, you know,
people
it's
recognize you?
sometimes some people do. Like a couple people in Jamaica did. Um, a few people knew who I was, but not like a lot.
Now, I did see, and I try not to dive too deep into past interviews because I just like, what we have to be new and recent and genuine. And this is called the People Talking Podcast. I just really like to talk to people when it comes down to it. I don't have a super main agenda or anything like that. Just kind of just ways of life. I want to, hear people's thoughts on all different types of things. I know we got a short time, so I'm gonna kind of get to what people want. They want the kinky shit, so I'm gonna give it to them.
Okay.
But I'm curious. I saw one interview that you did that which was a while ago. Um, you know, talking about your dating life a little bit. I don't know where it is now. And please, I want to be responsible and protective of you and your PR team. I don't want to ask anything that's out of hand. So, please, you could shut me down anytime you want to. But
Okay, I swear.
dating wise, you said that you weren't anybody that watched your porn. It was a quick no. Does that
Um,
still apply?
for the most part, usually yes. I've like met a few people here and there that have said that they've like, they know who I am and have watched my stuff. But our interactions were like good enough that I was like, oh, okay, like this is someone I'd like maybe consider. So I think it really is like a case by case. But
Mm.
for the most part, uh, no, I try not to.
What's the main reason? Creepy, disappointment. Like what's the main reason for that?
I think a lot of people just don't know how to handle it. Especially men. A lot of men just don't quite understand. Um, so like for instance, when we're shooting scenes, while we are having sex, we still are like, performing and like doing paperwork and like, having talks beforehand and like discussing literally everything down to like a checklist of like, are you okay with spit? Great. Where on your body are you okay with spit? Are you okay with spanking? Where on your body are you okay? Like, we go through very, very like specific checklists and like consent talks, and we like talk about things, certain things, if we need to see how it works out, first we'll try it off camera, very slow and measured to see if this is something we can do on camera. It's still performative. It's still like performance art. And so I think a lot of guys don't understand that. So I was, having issues where guys would see my hardcore porn And then, the first time I'm sexual with them, they get really rough, really aggressive, really fast. There's like no talks about consent. They don't ask for permission for things. They just go straight for it. And I'm like, whoa, like, I don't actually really know you. Like
Yeah.
that's too much. Or, I'll have guys that expect like the porn star experience every time. And I'm like, well, that's on you. Like you were the one that wanted to date a porn star, not understanding that like, this was work. So now, when you want to fuck and it's a lazy Sunday afternoon and I'm tired and hungover and I want to sleep in and I'm gonna fucking lay there and say you can fuck me, like, I'm down to fuck, but you can do work. I'm gonna lay here, I'm gonna chill out, or like I'm tired. Guys like couldn't handle that and would be like, "Oh, you're a porn star," and I'd be like, "Okay, like, so then pay me. Where's my
So,
check for the day?"
so that's a I feel like that's a classic case of a guy that just can't suspend disbelief in a way. He can't really take you out of your job to your day to day. He can't really separate the two.
Yeah, he really, really can't. Like I remember one time I like dated a guy and we were having sex and we couldn't quite get a rhythm going because like we had just went to, I think there was like some kind of like porn awards that night or something that we went to and had a few drinks and was a little inebriated, I was smoking and I think I took some shrooms. I think I took some mushrooms. So, I was having a good night. I was having a good time. But, when we went back home to fuck, it was very sloppy. I'm fucked up sex. And I remember, like, under his breath, like, he had said something about, like, and you're supposed to be a porn star, like, something like that.
Mm.
And, it took a while for it to register to me what he was saying because we like couldn't get a rhythm because we were really fucked up and to him he was thinking like why isn't she just like a fucking superstar porn star right now, and I almost wanted to be like yeah, I'm a porn star, but if you want to get sex maybe you shouldn't fuck bitches when they're fucked up. Like how about that? Like
How about that?
how about that? So
Yeah.
it's like little things like that where I'm kind of just like the hassle is more than the reward most of the time. So I just try not to. And also, I make very intimidating porn. I make very intimidating, like hardcore, scary porn, and it scares a lot of guys too. So like again, I'm like, I don't want any guys like going into things with me, excuse me, with like
Any kind of
like
preconceived notions?
yeah, exactly. No preconceived notions, no preconceived like fears, expectations, like none of it. I'm kind of just like, please don't watch. Just don't watch it. If you
That's a
want to
fair
watch
explanation.
it with me, but like just don't.
You would watch your own porn?
Oh yeah, that's pretty much the only porn I watch mostly is
Yeah.
my own porn. So I tell people when we're making content, like it needs to be good because it needs to be something that I can jack off to later. Like I like to watch my own porn and I like to fuck some my own porn.
I listen. If there's anybody that could do it, you could do it. So, not mad at that. Okay, so let's get ask some questions here. Guys, just to give you a little backstory of who I am at this point, and I just kind of thought about this analogy today. NBA season is among us. I am like porn is like the NBA to me. I know names, I know stats, I know a little backstory.
Got your all stars.
Oh yeah, I got my all star team. Listen, I'm that's you give me ideas, girl. I'm about to. I'm wanting to make a bracket. I'm gonna make another bracket. Listen, maybe I have my all star list. Um,
Can we do like fantasy porn star?
oh my god, yeah,
I
that
don't know
that would
what
be.
that would entail. I don't know about
You,
fantasy football, but
you know what's funny? I thought about that a while ago. I don't know how I would get it done. I thought about that. I'm like, what would we be? How would we be making points? Like, like what would we be grading off of? Like, is it like by releases? Like, yo, oh, she released that. Yo, that's 15 points on. I don't know how that goes. I got to figure it out. I don't even do fantasy football, so I don't know how that goes. I have to do a lot of research. But I want to ask you a few questions. Like I said, This is like I know names and stuff like that, and we could come back for part two of these other things. Because we only have 5 more minutes in this session. Do you mind doubling up real quick after we done with
Go
this?
for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a few questions real quick, and since we have 5 minutes, I call this the, there's a lot of people have their renditions of trivia and quick questions and this or that's. This is kind of word association. I'm gonna say a word. You tell me the first thing. Matter of fact, not a word. I'm gonna say a name. I'm gonna say a
Okay.
name, and you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. And if you don't know the name, you could just say pass.
Okay.
So I know, and I mean, you told it last time, so I'm not saying anything that's crazy. You were 28 years old last year. You got to be 29 now. So I
Yeah.
got 29 questions that I want to ask you.
Okay.
Just names. Um,
God, I'm about to
Demi
tell him.
Sutra.
Demi Sutra.
Yes.
Wild.
Mm. Tiana Trump.
Um, don't know much about her. So pass. Sorry. I'm like,
No,
I know she's a big deal, but that's all I
it's
know.
gonna be a few on here that you probably don't know. I like my black people, so there's a lot of black porn stars in my catalog. I got a few of different races, but I'm loyal to the sisters, so there's gonna be a lot on here.
Okay.
Zarella Skies.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to just like throw out a word, like one word, or can I?
Whatever first thing that comes to your head.
Um, I love Zarella. She's a little dragon. She's a little dragon.
She's a little dragon. Yeah, I've never seen her. I've never seen anybody do what she does.
She's
Like she caught me by surprise when I was like, "What is what?"
yeah. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of
Yeah.
Zarella.
Okay, I like that. Diamond Banks.
Um, also a fan of Diamond. Pisces, fellow Pisces.
Pisces,
Yeah.
I love it. Misty Stone.
Oof, legend.
Legend. Legend.
Yeah, I feel like that's yeah.
Maya Farrell.
I love Maya. Maya is a beautiful human. Even just like outside of like porn realm, I'm just like Maya's dope.
Love it. Zoe Sin.
Zoe Sin, pass.
Alexis Tay.
I love Alexis.
Yeah.
I think Alexis is probably the most underrated Black female performer currently actively working right now because I think she doesn't get enough recognition for just like how much she works,
Mm.
all of like the range she can do and all of the projects that she does, like, her dedication to being an anal hardcore girly, like, she can do it all. She looks like an elegant fucking model, like, but makes like really hardcore porn. I big fan.
Big fan. Skin Diamond.
Also a big fan. One of the few porn stars like I knew of before I was in porn. Because
Mm.
I wasn't a huge porn fan. I didn't really know that many people. That's why now I really only know the people that have been working with and around. So I don't know too many people, but I knew of Skin Diamond beforehand. Just because of all the like BDSM and kink stuff. And I got compared to her a lot when I first started because of the shaved head and like alt girl thing. Um, so yeah, I'm like, I get a fan. I'm a fan of so many people.
I love it. Jasmine Cashmere.
Pass.
Oh man, that's the legend too. You gotta go. That's throat goal right there. She changed the name too and everything. Uh, cause she found God, but it's cool. So no Jasmine Cashmere. Roxy Reynolds.
Pass.
Kazumi.
She's the homie.
Oh, you got stories. That's what that just told me. Okay, the homie.
She's
Shout out to her.
the
Yeah. September Rain.
homie. Uh, I guess the first word that comes to mind when I think of September is like elegance.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about her. I think she's stunning. Like the like movie, there's something like movie quality about her that I'm just like everything she does, she's like a star.
I like
She's
that, like regal.
yeah.
It's a
Everything
good
down to
word.
like her fashion, like her everything. I'm just like we
Okay,
love September.
nice, love it. Love September. Victoria June,
Pass.
Luna
You're
Star.
getting in trouble with so many people.
I
Who?
know. Listen. I'm trying to do this nicely as possible. Listen, guys. It's a lot of y'all. Okay. She ain't meet
There's a
everybody else.
lot.
She new to this. She only been here 3 years. Okay. She new to this.
I don't know everybody. I just don't.
Yeah. And listen. Some people I'm bringing out the hat is probably old because I'm 35 years old. I'm old. So it's
And
gonna
you
be what
seem
it
like a
is.
porn connoisseur. It's funny. I was never a porn connoisseur. I'm a pornographer now, but I'm like I have a lot of history to catch up on in the industry.
I like what I like, and when I dig into something that my girlfriend could tell you, like Guardians of the Galaxy could be done, and after the movie's done, I'm gonna look at the behind the scenes and what happened and what happened in this scene and the deleted scenes. Like that's who I am. I just
Fair,
consume a lot of things.
fair.
Uh, Luna Star, you said pass.
Oh, Luna Star. She's
Yeah.
I know who that is. I
Hmm.
met her once and she was very, very friendly. Yeah.
She
She's
takes her craft very seriously. It seems like.
uh-huh. She's one of the ones that I should add to my list of studying. Her marketing and such. I know who that is.
Yeah, last time I went to Exotica in New Jersey, I didn't get a chance to meet her, but she shut down the whole like right wing of that building. like, you had to get security to get to her. Like, it was a lot going on over there at that Brazzers tent.
Yeah.
Harley Dean,
Pass. I know the name, but I don't know
Mina,
enough.
Mina Carlisle.
I love Mina. I adore Mina.
Tell me something about Mina that we don't know about.
You don't know about? Well, I mean, I feel like everyone knows it, but Mina's funny. Mina,
Hmm.
Mina's got like a funny ass personality. She's got jokes. Her TikTok, I could watch for hours. Mina's funny.
I gotta check out her TikTok. I'm new to her. I just discovered her recently. I'm like, I like her.
Go check out her TikTok. It's funny. She's funny.
Sarah Lace,
Pass.
Cherry Hilson.
Pass.
Yeah, I was shooting with that one. Mariah Mills.
Um,
Don't get
she's
in trouble.
yeah, like she's the one that was in the media a lot
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
Pass.
Well, take her out of it. Take her out of the equation. How do you feel about something like that? Do you ever think you would aspire is not the right word. Do you ever think you would be in cahoots with like a basketball player, football player, super duper athlete, like kind of just being on the low and just like that's my little sugar daddy?
I mean, I would, but
She's
I also
she's
wouldn't
like
make it
nah right
public or
now actually.
yeah, well, I would, but I wouldn't make it public or post about it or talk about it or air it out because that's the whole point of that line of work is
Yeah, it's discreet.
yeah, it's discretion. So I value discretion.
I'm gonna
As
say I'm gonna keep you clean. I'm gonna keep Avery clean on this, guys. She handled it the wrong way. I'm gonna just say that. Outside looking in, Havana Ginger,
pass.
biggest cereals in the world. Scarlet Scandal,
Um, Scarlett's dope. Scarlett's dope. I've been watching her since I've started. I like seeing everything that she's doing, all the big stuff she's been doing these days. Good for her.
love it.
Yeah.
Aaliyah Hadid,
Um, Shameful pass because I know that I should know more about her, but I don't. I don't know
Listen,
her. I don't
all
know much.
your all of your answers are safe with me. It is fine. Listen. When I say names, people don't even know names. So you're doing way better than a lot of people, even though you're in the industry. People don't know names. Like that's not a thing. So
Yeah.
you're doing good. Thick ass Daphne.
I like Daphne. I met Daphne at Exotica last year, and she's really really cool, and she's really really nice to look
She seems
at.
like a good. She seems like a good time. She seems like a fun person.
Yeah, she does.
I didn't know you met her. That's cool that y'all met. That's nice. I need to see with y'all together. That'll be even nicer.
That'll be nice. That'll be nice.
All right, couple more. Bridget B.
Pass.
Sorry, Kira Noor.
Um, lots of things. I could say lots of things. Kira's definitely an idol.
Mm, okay, I like that. Have you done a scene with her before?
Not yet. We haven't worked together yet.
Okay,
We've met quite a few times, just being in and around places, but we've never worked together yet.
I heard from Ricky that she's really, really smart.
She
So
strikes me, yeah, she strikes me as someone who's got a good head on her shoulder.
Abigail Morris,
Pass.
Ashlyn Peaks,
Pass. I know all these names.
Jim Jules.
Oh, Jim. I love Jim. Uh, I could say also a lot of nice things about how she's very nice to look at, but also I she has a lot of good things to say. I enjoy her social media presence.
Hmm. I listen. I love watching Avery save her political connects.
Hey, I'm being honest though. I'm being
No,
honest.
you are being honest. I appreciate you even answering this. You could be like, "Yo, pass all of this," but I appreciate it. Took a couple more. Jasmine Banks,
Jasmine Banks, pass.
and I don't even know if it's Jasmine Banks, but it's like Jasmine. It's Jasamine.
Okay.
She has a
Not for
short red hair or short pink hair, light skin, big lips. She just had sex with a clown recently, I think. So wild person, check her out. And last but not least, Avery Jane.
me.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of your name?
Motherfucking 2023 Urban X Female Performer of the fucking year.
You better say that shit, Dan. I just dropped the bomb on that. You better say that.
What's that,
Yeah, I love it. I love it. What's the next award you looking for? Cause
y'all?
like Michael Jordan, once he got that chip, he like, all right, I want to be defensive player of the year. That was the next goal. So what's
Right.
yours?
I guess getting more female performer of the years from different award shows, and I would like to win some like anal awards and like gangbang awards. I'd like to be recognized for that work. But yeah, I kind of just want to get more, female performer of the years and just kind of keep racking up now.
I like it. I'm not mad at that. Good aspirations to have. And well, I guess that was part of that name, but I don't know if you get this at all. When I think about you, and shout out to my man who I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to get in trouble with his wife. But I said I'm interviewing you. He's like, what? He was very excited and animated, and I'm like, she just reminds me of like Saved by the Bell, Lark Voorhees, Lisa Turtle. Like I like that vibe. I don't know if you know who Lisa Turtle is
I've
from
heard
Saved by
that
the
before.
Bell.
I've gotten that before,
Somebody's
actually.
called you that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You're like the more better, interesting, desirable Lisa Turtle. But she was the best thing smoking on there. So let's ask some questions before we get up out of here. Some NSFWs, some not safe for work. What size are those luscious chocolate chip titties that you have?
I don't even know anymore, to be honest. I don't really wear bras. I kind of just like ballpark it when I have to like buy lingerie and stuff for work. But outside of like content and porn, I don't wear bras. And so ever since my boob job, I don't actually know my legit bra size. I just kind of ballpark it. I'm assuming they're at least like triple D's, or whatever the letter is for that. But I know they're like at least triple D or bigger.
So you're saying the tight clothes that you wear is not because you were trying to be provocative and seductive. You were just didn't know your size.
Exactly. I just don't know my size. I just wear whatever.
You just kind of eyeballed it like that's. I mean, that looks right. Not going into the changing room. I understand. I get it.
Honestly, the titties will be popping out, and I'm just like,
Yeah, my titties ain't
I
that.
could do.
My titties don't do the same, so it's fine. I get it.
Well, that
It's a little
shirt's
different.
not doing you justice, and we can't see down there. As much as I love me some Reptar.
What's your favorite body part on a man?
Um, I like hands. I don't know, something
Hmm.
nice, strong hands. I like looking at man hands.
Man hands. Tells a story. Okay, I get it. I understand. Uh well, Brazzers has you listed as the anal queen, aka butt
Good.
slut. I never heard butt slut before in my life. That is what they say. I do my due diligence. I'm like, wow, okay, that's interesting. What is the sensation of being double stuffed?
I don't know. It feels crazy. And it feels just kind of like next level intense. Feels pretty cool.
Okay. I I feel like some women want to know a little bit more. Like, is it painful?
I mean, no. I mean, I'm sure it could be anything could be painful, but I mean, if you know what you're doing and you're with people who know what they're doing and you like take it slow and like figure out the mechanics of it, because that's mostly like the difficult part's figuring out the mechanics of like how to fit bodies into each
Mm.
other like that. But once you like work that out, it feels to me it feels really, really good. It seems like a lot of the ladies enjoy it. I'm seeing a lot of ladies starting to do like their first DPs and it's pretty exciting because I personally think it feels great.
So DP is. Tell me what that is in layman's terms.
So DP is double penetration. It's whenever you're penetrated vaginally and anally at the same time.
Okay, so what would anal double? So is that considered double stuff? Just two different holes? So you
Yeah.
would never? Can you do double anal?
Yeah, I guess you could consider that double stuffing too. Technically, just double anal penetration is two penises in the butthole at the same time, as
Right.
opposed to one
Is
in it.
is there a preference of size when that happens? Like you can't have like 2 12 inches. I don't know if that how that
It's kind of
goes.
more so about the length, because again, finding the positioning and working out the mechanics with the bodies, the longer the dick is, the easier for it obviously to be able to fit in, and you still have the space to like fit in there.
Right.
Um, and then obviously the thicker the dicks are, like the harder it is. But yeah, it's more so about the length. It's more so about the length and figuring out like dicks that work well with each other and guys that can figure out how to work around each other well to make it feel good.
Mm. Yeah, that's where it gets tricky for me. I'm like, I don't understand the friction of like dick next to dick. Like, how does that feel for that performer?
Well,
Um, so I asked you that. What is your? I guess I know. You say anal, and maybe that's still the answer. But what is your favorite act to perform?
um, I mean, yeah, probably either like anal or double anal, just because double anal's so crazy. It's so you don't really see it that often, and it's just very intense and a lot. So probably like double anal. It feels the most
Gotcha.
challenging.
What do you feel like when you peg men?
Um, I don't know, dominant. I feel dominant. I feel, like I get to wield the power this time. Although at some point I start to feel tired and I'm like, damn, I don't know how y'all do this all the time. It's thrusting like this. Like I get tired.
I appreciate you giving us our flowers. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I make jokes all the time about how the guys don't do shit, but it's all jokes because I'm like, no, 5 minutes of
listen,
strap on and I'm like, like, goodness.
I don't got sciatica for no reason, y'all. So I mean, that hip be going, that hip thruster. What's the most annoying part of being a porn star?
Um,
Sorry, porn star, content creator, adult entertainer. That's what you told me to call you. But porn star, let's start there.
I guess You said like the most annoying part?
Yes.
Um, shit. I mean, there's a lot of annoying parts to it. Not necessarily like the work itself, just like everything circulating, the job, the politics around it. Constantly having our jobs trying to be like shut down and then like the inner
Hmm.
politics of it. Um, I guess it's annoying the politics, the politics of it in and surrounding it, the politics within the industry of like trying to get work and like, make a name for yourself, but then also the politics like surrounding the porn industry where like everyone's trying to like destroy our like means
Hmm.
to provide for ourselves and like blame us for everything. And I'm like, it's not our fault. Put better child restrictions on your fucking laptops and stop giving iPads to 3-year-olds and like it's not our fault.
I'm with you. I really am with you on it not being your fault. But for whatever reason, the first thing I thought about when you said that, I'm like, you can't scroll Twitter no more though. Like, y'all ruined Twitter.
We did ruin Twitter, but that's why I'm like, okay, keep the kids off of Twitter, make
Yeah,
age restriction, fucking
yeah,
social media apps, and then keep the ones for kids safe. And like again, it goes both ways. I try to tell people all the time, people in my industry are like, my Instagram got deleted for the fifth time. I don't understand why. And I'm like, because I saw your whole pussy lip out. Like that could be it. And like granted, social media does, get us for not doing anything too. So there really is no way to keep it safe. But for some people, I'm like, listen, we're putting full porn on Twitter. We have that. That's fine. Can you please just like post a normal picture on Instagram? We don't need to have our assholes blown out on Instagram. Like there are certain places where kids are. But when it comes to Twitter, I'm like, no, kids shouldn't be on Twitter. Parents need to like watch what their kids are doing better, have better restrictions. People were coming out with all these interviews talking about I was watching hardcore degrading like gangbang BDSM porn at age 9. And I was like, well, I wasn't, and I'm doing that kinds of porn now. And I wasn't exposed to that when I was 9. Like my
right.
parents, I looked up a website about titties one time and my parents whooped my ass talking about what are you looking at titties for? And I don't know. I'm 9 and girls have boobies. Like it's funny. Me and my friends are laughing at boobies, like, but I'm like, I don't know how kids have access
Yeah,
to the stuff we're producing now. It's not our, rated R movies are made, but kids don't get access to that. Video games are violent these days. Kids get access to that. I'm like,
yeah.
there's
That's
plenty of
that's
adult. You can't just ban everything meant for adults to say protect the kids, because if that's the case, ban alcohol, ban nightclubs, ban rated R movies, ban anything that's not for kids.
well. First of all, fuck
I
them
could go on
kids.
a tangent
So
about it. Fuck them kids. I can go on a
yeah,
tangent
first of all, fuck them kids. That's first and foremost.
about
But
kids, but also protect them kids. Like, like,
fuck them kids, but please protect the babies. Like,
yes. Fuck them kids. They don't need to be exposed to this. Protect them.
yeah, right, exactly, understood. Fuck them kids, be better parents. Understood. Duality's a thing. Shout out to Runaway Girls. Um, that was a great answer. So I want to know in that same realm, social media. You've been TikToking it up. You've been doing your things. I don't know the algorithm of TikTok, so I don't even know if you've done anything recently because I feel like sometimes it kind of falls in and out. But I
Take
like you
breaks.
doing your little. Sorry.
I take breaks. I take frequent TikTok breaks. I'm trying to still figure TikTok out.
Yeah, nobody knows. China knows. But I will say I like I like your dubs and your voiceovers and all that kind of stuff. But how has it been navigating the water of TikTok? Because I just posted something the other day that I don't think I had a curse word in it or anything like that. It was just like it might have said like smack somebody in the title or whatever, but they muted that whole shit. I'm like, yo, we didn't even do nothing. Talking about a song. But how do you navigate that? Because I know TikTok is like Mormon, damn near.
Yeah, they've I kind of just stick to like the funny voiceover skits, and I just try to catch the algorithm. I don't make it like really a thirst trappy TikTok, because
Mm,
I know. I posted a few things that I've gotten removed for nudity when I was fully clothed. And also I feel like as far as all of the social media platforms, TikTok is the meanest. TikTok to me has the most bullies. I don't know if it's
Mm,
because it's like younger people, if it's what, but it's weird because TikTok is like the most Mormon of the apps. It's the most like you can't get away with posting anything on TikTok, but it's the place where people can be cruelest in the comments, and that seems to be fine.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. TikTok kind of isn't as fun for me anymore because it's like, I'll hop on TikTok live and people will just immediately like shred you and just go in with like vile things on TikTok. And then, whenever I call them out for it or if I like read back what they're saying about me, then they'll report my TikTok account and I'll get my live feature taken away for hate speech because I'm literally just reading out loud the hate speech I'm receiving. So I'm constantly battling back and forth with TikTok to get my restrictions taken away and, to stop restricting my account because I don't actually do anything on TikTok. But yeah, people kind of just took the fun out of it. I don't really go live anymore.
Yeah.
People are nicer on Instagram and Twitter for the most part, at least for me. TikTok was just mean. I was like, this is really unnecessary. Like, you know, this is
I know you say
weird.
you wanted to get your production company in order at some point. I don't know if you're making strides at it or not. Do you feel like once you get that ball rolling, it's kind of going to be easier, like less red tape?
I would say so. I think it would kind of change my dynamic within the industry. It'll just change my dynamic, with myself and my own workflow and just how that affects myself. I think it'll make things a little better, but it's just a matter of getting there and getting funding and like building up to that.
Yeah. Does talking about sex ever bore you?
I mean, yeah, everything can get a little boring sometimes. So, um, for me, it's funny because I feel like before porn, I had a pretty like adventurous, robust sex life.
Mm.
Um, and so now like porn is something I'm doing like later on in my already like wild sex adventures. And I know like for a lot of my peers, porn is their wild sex adventure. Like they didn't really have much of this before. And so now it's like, a bright new world and everyone wants to like make content all the time and talk porn all the time and talk sex all the time and everything sex, sex, sex. But at some point I'm kind of like, I've been here, done that, like I feel like I used to be a lot wilder before porn actually. Like I feel like porn kind of tamed my sex life. Um
It's funny you say that because I feel like that's the same thing. I think and I'm just a user, but I haven't shot anything. I mean, I shot some private videos here and there, but I haven't shot anything that's been put into the world. So I feel the same way, and I think I told people that like it kind of calms you, in a sense. Like it's kind of overload to a degree, but it calms me because I'm like, oh, I know what's out there. I said it before, like men who watch porn have seen the most dicks in the world because so we kind of just like negate it at this point. We don't even like really see it. We see it as
yeah.
ours. So I mean, I get my enjoyment out of it, but it kind of does tame you down. It's like, yeah, that's
I
cool.
won't say I'm like desensitized to it, but I will definitely
No,
say I'm not like,
yeah,
like I'm not a person that's really like like I get excited about fun, exciting, like sexual experiences and encounters, but I'm also just like, yeah, sex
yeah.
is cool. Yeah, sex is cool. It's chill.
I'm
I
on the
think,
same as
yeah, I get so much of it that I'm like, I don't need to be like you all the
yeah.
time.
I'm on the same as that page. It's like it's there. I know it's there. I have it. I'm not desensitized, so it's not to the point where I'm like I have to watch porn to get it up. Like that's not even a thing. Like the thought of a nice little scene will have me happy. Thought about my girlfriend will get me where I need to be. So I mean, it's not a necessity. But some people do overuse it, and that's all they have. So I mean, it's a slippery slope for some people. I guess you got to be mentally prepared for that. Um, Now we started just saying, hey, you better suck dick like renters do if you want to. That was your tip that you gave for me, and I was going around asking all these people what some dick sucking tips. Do you have anything else to tell the people?
Uh,
You shot the world with that too, by the way. That was great. That was just a great one liner. held it down. Everybody like, oh, who that? Like that really was like an intro. Like that was like an intro to an album. Like we better get gifted on this one. What's happening? Avery Jane.
It's true. I'm a firm believer of that. You know?
Yeah. I want to see you watching porn now. That's the next. That is that on your OnlyFans? You put that on your OnlyFans. You
I
watching
have
porn?
I have like a few videos of like me having sex to my own porn.
That's fire.
Yeah,
That's great content.
yeah, it's pretty
I'm
cool.
sure
I
you're
should.
laughing at it too.
um,
Let's see. Before we head up out of here, trying to see anything I haven't asked. Went through fetishes. You're dating a little bit. Again, trying to be respectful. Have you ever fucked a fan?
well, I mean, generally, I like to say everyone I fuck is a fan of me. No, in regards
That's
to
hold on. That's listen. That's big shit. Like, she just stomping with the big dogs. That's crazy. She said, everybody. Listen,
let's be
I got
real.
my fans. I got my minions. They worship me when I'm done. Aftercare, all that. What is your sense of aftercare?
I don't know. I like cuddles. I like soft, mushy shit. Some snuggles, some cuddles.
What do you do though? Do you provide aftercare, or are you kind of like I'm the prize and that's it?
No, I think aftercare is like a mutual thing. Like, after any kind of like sexual encounter, I think everyone should kind of like, give each other some check-ins, some snuggles, some just some loving and attention and some of that post, play energy. You can't just like fuck and have all that energy exchange and then be like, all right, peace, like
Yeah, make you feel like trash.
yeah, I'll at least
You don't
like give
want
my
that.
guys a little, you need some water, you want a little,
Oh,
little cool down. I'll put the AC on for a few minutes. You want some snacks on your way out? Okay. you
oh,
know,
please get the fuck out.
it's time for bed now. I'm ready to sleep. But like, here's a little care package. You need anything? Like, a few minutes of cuddles and
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. I feel like the answer is no to this. You never fake it on a camera, right?
I mean, sometimes depending on, what the scene is, because
Yeah.
some of it is very, okay, so now in this moment we need this facial reaction, so you need to come now. So obviously, sometimes when the script calls for it, but no, for the most part, I'm trying to fuck. Like I'm trying to have real sex. So I'm like, okay, yeah. Like I know we have to make it look a certain way for the cameras, but like also
Has there ever been a point where like, you were about to really get off and they had to stop it to change the angle or something like that crazy?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure plenty of times.
And you was over here like, damn.
I was like, wait, run it back.
Can you recall your favorite encounter sexually intimately outside of the industry? Like something that just you keep in your mind like, damn, that was a good time.
Um, I mean, yeah. That's the thing. I've had like a lot of good sex. I've had a lot of good like non-porn
Yeah.
sexual encounters.
How does it differ for you?
Um, doesn't
It's all the
really.
same.
Yeah, it doesn't really differ too much. For me, it's mostly just about like that connection during that one very specific moment in time with someone
Mm,
or someone's. Um, so I mean, the main difference is like, sometimes there's a camera rolling and you know that you have to fuck in a certain position for a certain amount of minutes before switching to the next one. And, other times it's, oh, there's no camera and we're not on anyone's schedule. But it's all the same for me. I still try to get that moment of connection, human to human, even if it's work, if it's not work. Um, so kind of the
you're a giver. You're a sweetheart. I can see it. I get it.
same.
Um So something I'm curious about now that you say that, because I got, and I don't even know why use the word blowjob. I don't, that just, you made me say that. I never say, I say head. I don't know where that came from. Suck dick. But what's the, I always think to myself, I know they edit stuff up and they cut things up. Sometimes it'd be like too, I'm like, I don't need my 30 minutes of dick sucking sounds like a lot sometimes. Where I'm like, that sounds like it's,
A
I don't
lot.
need it. It's too much. So I wonder, like, like how long? What's the longest you've gone and actually had to perform oral, where you're like, yo, what the fuck?
I don't know. I mean, like, it depends. Like, if it's just one dude, I feel like the dick sucking shouldn't be more than like 10 minutes at most, if you're getting different angles and like switching things up and stuff, but like also your jaw's gonna start hurting after a while. If there's multiple guys, I get it. Like if you're doing a blow bang or a gang bang and I get, yeah, they're gonna need, a little more footage. Like let's stretch this out, or we're gonna like switch it up and make it interesting because there's more guys. But I don't really think like just like a one-on-one blowjob should last 30 minutes. That is so long. No one's gonna enjoy sucking dick for 30 minutes. Like no one's jaw is gonna enjoy that after 30 minutes, no matter how much you love sucking dick.
Yeah. What's the craziest sound you've heard from a guy that came?
Um, I was really, really, really surprised and taken aback probably the first time I worked with Dredd. And he came and I don't know what I was expecting. I don't think I had any expectations, but he has a very, very like loud, gruff, like expressive orgasm. And I think I was just like, whoa, like, and then like when I went back to edit the footage and just like kept playing it back. In fact, I used the sound bit of it in my trailer for that scene because it was just so I remember just being like, whoa, like that. I wish every man enjoyed his orgasm like that because you can just hear. I was like, oh, he like feels it.
I feel like I'm at older age. I'm getting more sensitive, so like the more sounds come out. It used to not be that way. I used to kind of be. I mean, not silent, but now it's just like it just. I don't know what the hell. It's just sensitive. We sensitive down there. That's all it is. We just real sensitive. So I don't. I think everybody should make noise. I know every girl wants guys to make noise. Like I hear that a lot.
I like to hear that we're doing a good job.
Do you want to be told like, oh, that feel good right there, or do you want them to just kind of just shut the fuck up and wait till it's done? I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it just depends person to person, I like to see how people express themselves. Um, as long as there's some expression. For me, the only time
Hmm.
I get weirded out is if there's complete silence, no expression whatsoever. I'm like, is this even fun for you?
I
But
can
other
see
than
that being weird.
that, yeah.
What's the speaking of weird? What's the best shot someone has? Shooting their shot at you. What's the best thing they've said to grab your attention that actually landed,
Um,
or you're
uh,
just leaving them on red?
I I leave a lot of people on red. Yeah, I think maybe I'm just like at a point in life right now where I'm just not really like interested so much in like dating or people like shooting their shot. Like it's not really on my radar right now because right now I'm like I'm on my money grind. I'm on my work grind. I'm trying to build a career. I'm, paying my bills by myself.
Hmm.
So my kind of thing is like I know people frown upon girls for saying it and like look down on it or whatever, but like the truth of the matter is I'm busy working. I'm busy like in my bag. And so the only thing that would really, really like catch my interest in this point is if someone were to be like, "Hi, I'm here to assist you with your bag, so you can take the time off to spend with me." Because I think a lot of people, want your time and attention when you do this line of work, but it's like, okay, but at the end of the day, if I'm kicking it with the 200 guys in my DMs this week all for free, who's working for me, who's paying my bills. Because the second I start asking you guys for money, all of a sudden I'm a gold digger and it's blah, blah, blah. But then when I don't have the time for you because I'm busy making my own money, like that's looked down on too. So I'm just at this weird point where I'm kind of like, Honestly, unless a dude were to be like, "Hey, I really, really like you and we vibe and we get along really, really well, like here's your rent," or
Yeah.
like here's me investing into your business, like here's me I've even like had fans that were like subscribed to my pages that once they've been subscribed for 2 years and they're sending me gifts and they're like, paying attention to how my life is going and they're just around and they spoil me in those kind of ways. If I'm ever like, oh, I really want to like work on this project, but I can't fund it this month. And someone were to be like, okay, here, like do that project. I want to see you do that. Like I've contemplated like, oh, let's meet up, let's hang out, like let's have a real relationship outside of this because like to me, that's real. And, I'm not actively like seeking men out for their money and like seeking financial dating or like sugar dating. But, I'm like, I'm seeking my own money in my own ways, which just means I don't really have time for like dating.
She don't got time for the bullshit, guys. She's over y'all. Y'all petty. Y'all dirty. we don't, y'all broke boy. What Drake said? I ain't got time for no broke boy. Broke boy. Come on.
And that's the thing.
Listen, she's here.
I've dated broke boys. I've dated boys that, don't make as much money as me. I've dated boys that don't make any money. I've dated boys that were jobless. Like I'm a big time. I date, you know, for dating. I don't really like date for financial reasons. Like I'm all about the connection and the person, but I'm like, it's always come back to kind of bite me in the ass, and then it always feels like a waste of my time, and it kind of feels like I've
Hmm.
sacrificed, a lot for no real gain whatsoever.
That's real stuff. That's real spill right there. And speaking of time, we are out of it. Um, this is beautiful. I love talking to you. Thank you for giving me your time, your precious time. We gotta do this again, hopefully sometime in person because the energy is just always better in
Oh
person.
yeah.
But you know, say goodbye to people. Let us know where you can find you and all the things.
Well, you guys, I'm Avery Jane. You can find me on all social media. You can find me on Pornhub. Find me on my OnlyFans. And thank you guys so much for having me on today.
All right, guys. You know what it is, man. She made my style to get styles. Baby look came out to Merlot. Y'all know my K's. We out there. Episode 280. I don't know what it is. 266. One of those. Avery, love you. Appreciate you. Talk to you later.